My name is Li Yu. I'm the organizer of this workshop on the performed culture approach, sponsored by the Association for Asian Studies. This is probably the first language pedagogy workshop held at the AAS annual meeting. I hope that this workshop will benefit both graduate students and junior faculty who need to carry out language teaching duties in their career. I also hope that what we cover today will be useful to those veteran language instructors and program builders in the field as well. In these difficult times, when people have become more aware of the struggles for equity and justice faced by the Asian American communities in the United States, language teachers have become increasingly conscious of our role in building bridges and enhancing mutual understanding between cultures. For a long while, learning an Asian language has been viewed simply as a utilitarian tool to facilitate area studies about Asia. However, foreign language educators have long argued that language learning is not simply a tool to convey or communicate your meanings or your intentions, but rather, more importantly, helps language learners to acquire a new worldview, a new way of thinking, a new way of talking, and to change their mindset. In other words, language educators have a humanistic mission. In order to carry out this mission, intercultural communicative competence has become a primary goal in second language learning. How do we train students to acquire intercultural communicative skills from the very beginning of and throughout their journey of learning an Asian language? The performed culture approach, developed in the East Asian language field, provides a promising and viable solution. Today, we are fortunate and honored to have Professor Galal Walker and Professor Noda share their insights with us. Dr. Walker and Dr. Noda are the chief architects of the performed culture approach. They are the mastermind of this innovative, paradigm-shifting pedagogical framework. We had originally planned this workshop for the 2020 AAS annual meeting. The pandemic has pushed this event back for 1 year. During the intervening time, we have published some of our ideas in a collective essay titled The Performed Culture Approach, a humanistic way of helping learners communicate in the culture in the American Journal of Chinese Studies. We have also developed a website with more resources and bibliography about PCA. I have already posted a file containing the links to this website, as well as some of the most recent publications about PCA in the chat room. Please check it out. For audience who is watching this recording in the AAS portal, please check out the file by clicking the additional materials button on your screen. One silver lining of this pandemic is that many teachers have realized the importance of focusing on the learner and the learning process. Most of the teachers who have been using the performed culture approach have noticed that the adjustment they had to make in their online teaching was minimal, because this forward-looking, revolutionary approach was learner-centered, performance-based by design. As we move into the post-pandemic era, let's prepare ourselves to embrace new ways of teaching languages in the field. So we'll altogether have 5 presentations in the workshop. During the speech of each presenter, please feel free to post your questions in the chat room. We will answer them at the end of the workshop. And also, since this is a workshop, we would like to make it as interactive and engaging as possible. So throughout the session, we'll ask you to fill out a few polls so that we can know each other a little bit better. Now we are going to launch our first poll. So please take a few seconds to respond to this poll. The question is, how much do you know the performed culture approach? Okay, good. Can everybody see the poll result? So about half of the audience members are not familiar with the PCA theory and practice. And then about 25% familiar with it, but they're not using it in the teaching. And only 25% are familiar with it and also use it in their teaching practice.